The games are about to begin. You're watching Butler Esports.
Welcome back to the Butler Esports Park for Battle for Indiana. We are headed into the grand finals of Rocket League. Ball State Cardinals versus the Indiana Hoosiers. Two Indiana teams, both red, both white. We'll see what happens. For Ball State, we have Wova, Guh, Oath. For IU, Bluey, Miller, and Chippy. There's story after story on these teams going from last year to this year. We'll have to see. It's a matchup same from last year.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it before. We've seen it again, and I don't think it's going to be that crazy. I don't think it's going to be that much different from what we saw last year. Last year, in a 4-0 sweep for Ball State, and we might be heading that direction one more time. Pablo and the crew have quite a lot of work ahead of them, but, they've been firing on all cylinders. They just fought a nice, tough matchup against Indiana Tech. They came out on top and went to overtime in Game 3. An entertaining one for us.
Very
Yeah.
well. Yeah, love that. It was kept us on our toes. I mean, we talked about it. You talked about it a lot. I mean, you have to keep pestering the goal until somebody gets a goal, and that's exactly what IU did. And it sent them to here. The first game of the grand finals go. Ball State's already up 1. Since they won the winner's bracket, they get a 1-game advantage. So they just have to win 3. IU has to win 4. See what happens. It's already on IU's side. Wova's keeping it there. Nico's trying to resort to some physical play already. Wova's already back up in there. Pablo misses the tap. Nobody's there for Ball State. That was the prime goal scoring opportunity for Ball State. Missed up in the air. Tries to find it. Goes on the left of the goal. Off the corner. Just got on his head. Oath off the corner again. Pablo interrupts. Oath looking for the 1v1. He wins it. MST now looking for the 1v1. Pablo gets a demo on Wova.
Missed with a nice 50 in the midfield. It's going to go to Pablo. Pablo, going to get that sidewall read, show off those mechanics, just a hair's length away. Going to go the opposite way now, Nico. Good control on his own back wall. A lot of boost to work with. Can he get past Oath, though? I don't know if a lot of people can. He's been solid all the time in anything he does. Guh. Challenge against Miss. We're going to turn on this one. He's going up high. Pablo to meet him in the sky. It's going off the back wall. It's bouncing down dangerously, but a good deflection out from the defense means that we stay even. Oath causing some more problems. It's a pass into the midfield, and it's going to go off the post into Wova. Opening goal for Ball State. All 3 players involved, and they're going off exactly how they wanted.
I mean, Oath winning 2 1v1s right there in the midfield really set them up quite well.
Yeah.
And then you just send it over to Guh. It just bounces off the right crossbar just a little bit, but he still ended up getting it. That's what you want. You want to have that good communication that shows good comms between the team, and just how you communicate well of where the ball is going and where you need your teammates to be.
Pablo going to try to respond back quickly. This one off the back wall. Player from Indiana just flying right past, missed. Had an opportunity to even things up. Just couldn't make the read. Now Guh going the opposite way. Big flick with that flip. A good touch away as well from the Indiana defense. Hard read to make, but they coped well. Oath going back into this blue corner. Trying to find a teammate in the midfield. All he finds instead is Nico on this back wall. Nico, understanding the situation, goes back to the back wall, trying to prevent any more offensive presence from Ball State. Again, Ball State kind of ran with this one early, but that shot right off the goal line. Well, with a good save, but a great challenge, and there it is! Nico coming in, winning that ball in the midfield. No one back for Ball State because of that demo.
Nico puts IU on the board. And I mean, that's how you're going to keep Ball State just how you're going to keep Ball State in their places at physical play. We saw it already. I mean, first thing out of the gate, we saw a demo in Wova, and now we saw a demo there, which opened it up. And I think it was Wova who got demoed. I might be wrong, but they couldn't respond fast enough. They respawned just as the goal was scored. Nobody was there, but hey, Gus says, "I'm going to give you one right back." It flies it in. Great assist by Wova. Look at this, off the wall, right to your teammate, sets it up. Pablo knocks it out, but Guh's there to pick it up, and Nico just wasn't in the right place. Guh finds the angle. It's a great read from both teams, but Ball State just did it better then.
Yeah, Wova forced the only option out of Pablo, which was a direct pass to a Ball State player, and they capitalized on it. Now up 2-1. IU trying to get back on even footing again. Nico towards the midfield, towards Pablo. Pablo with an open shot, but a great save again from Wova. Showing up big here in this game, number 1. Guh going the opposite way. Looking to play it towards a teammate. Wova on 0 boost. Gets beat to it by Nico, but both rotating in. Just hounding this net, trying to get a shot on and increase their lead, get some insurance. And Guh's going to do just that. There it is. Another goal for Guh. 2 for 2. so far in this game. 2-goal lead for Ball State with just under half the game to go.
Yeah, you can't leave anything open with that. I mean, the thing that Ball State's so good at doing is they're so good at positioning. They're so good at positioning themselves where they need to be, especially if you know a bounce off the crossbar, there's somebody right there to knock it in. You saw it right there with Guh. And Indiana has to expect that. They have to play tight all the time. They can't give any space. What was going to take it? He's going to look for an easy shot there. It's going to bounce off the corner to Guh. Or Oath. Oath's going to take it. Bounce it down off the corner again. Miss now has it. Miss is going to look to take this away. Wova wins the 50-50.
Whip reset in hand, just decides to hold it. Pablo with a great catch, and now he's on the counterattack. But a back pass from Ball State is the smart and correct option. Guh takes over, buys some time for his teammates. One getting deleted off the field with that demo. And speaking about deleted off the field, Oath is gone, and Miss takes advantage. There you go. Powerful shot towards the top shelf. And now they're within one.
Wova couldn't get up there in time. I mean, you saw that. He was in the right spot. He just reacted a little late. And now, I mean, this is a lot closer of a game than I think I was expecting, but I love it. You know, I love close games. It's great. And I know IU wants that revenge. That's a great, awesome kickoff for IU. Now, Wova's got it. Good catch by him. He's going to bounce it past. Look for the top right corner. A little wide. Pablo now takes it off the nose. Over to Miss. Great pass. That's an open goal. That's an open net. They tie it up. 1:30 left on the clock of this first game. Ball State might have the upper hand with the game one advancement, but Indiana is here to play.
Yeah, I don't think Ball State was expecting this. No one back on defense, and a great outlet pass from Pablo to Nico, and just banging that one all the way downfield. It was perfectly placed. If there was someone back, it didn't matter. So a few open net looks here on both sides of the ball, and you know we got a tie game. Minute and 30 seconds left to go. I don't think Ball State's going to be too happy with this. I mean, they have been not playing for the last about 2 hours, so maybe a bit of warm-up needed.
It happened again.
Yeah.
It happened again.
Oh, my
Ball
gosh.
State is all over the place right now. They cannot get their ducks in line. The rotations are out of place. I mean, they're just letting these easy goals trickle in, and this was the same thing we were seeing with Indiana Tech, and now with IU. IU is just letting these goals trickle in. They still, won over Indiana Tech, but I mean, this is the mistakes that now Ball State's making. They have a minute 13 or minute 10 left on the clock to tie this back up and win over IU. Ball State are the clear favorites coming into this. They're the reigning champions. They're the favorites to win the belt. But now IU is showing life against Ball State. 1 minute remaining, and IU leads.
Yeah, the Hoosiers really trying to make a fight for this one. That one getting close there. I like what I'm seeing from them. They're playing the ball with intention. They're always trying to find a teammate, but that's not intention. But Pablo gets a nice double touch. So the triple commit actually won't matter as much. Otherwise, it would have been disaster.
See, right there. If that was a little lower, it could have happened again. They have to be prepared for these long ball tricks. These floaters. 30 seconds remaining. Right now, Indiana's in a great place to take the game off Ball State already. Now, I've seen Ball State, and I've casted over Ball State a lot.
Yeah.
I've seen them do crazier things and come back from 1 goal in 15 seconds. It could happen right now. Guts got in his hands. It's going to bounce off the ceiling. Guts at the corner. 10 seconds remaining. This Ball State only has one more good chance here to tie this up. 4 seconds, 3. Miss is going to try to ground this as best as he can. Gut keeps it alive. I think Ball State, if they can keep this in the air, have one good chance. Oath has to catch this. He's going to bounce it off the walls, looking for the ground. He doesn't get it again. Guh keeps it up. It's an open Ball State goal. It's going to touch ground. IU takes the first match away. Now the series is tied. Nothing, the advantage Ball State had coming into this does not matter anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we're now just effectively in a best of 5.
I may be a Ball State fan, but I'm kind of smiling just because I love good Rocket League.
Yeah, it's definitely looking good, and I like how IU came out. They had a game plan, and that is we're playing counter-attacking ball. I mean, we're not going to be the ones that get to dominate the field, and they did a decent job of it. The rotations from Ball State were a mess. They were not in line.
No.
Too many open nets, and they got to clean that up if they want to bring this one home.
Ball State looked cold.
Yeah.
They looked cold. I think they need some, and now it is a best of 5, so they have more time than Indy Tech and IU did. But you know, we're seeing what we expected from Indy Tech, which was they came in warm against Indiana, so we thought they would have the advantage. But now we're seeing but that wasn't the case. But now we're seeing the opposite. Indiana is warm. They had a bunch of matches beforehand, and now they're coming in swinging early against Ball State, and Ball State just wasn't ready. They weren't ready for these long balls and didn't have the rotations and the defense ready.
Yeah, I entirely agree. But with that game at hand, you can use game one as that kind of warm up to just, get back going, get back into the swing of things, and
Yeah.
maybe they'll be able to do that.
And now it's a best of 5.
Yeah, like I said, now it's the best of 5. It's what you've been doing all day. It's what you've won all day. It's what you sweeped Indiana in earlier. But let's see if they can do it here. We're heading into game number 3
I love this map. This map's so cool.
on Forbidden Temple. It's a beautiful map. I gotta love it. Gotta give some highlights to it. But here we go. Kickoff going the way of IU.
Yeah,
They're gonna
that
carry it in the corner. And this with a lot of boosts to work with, and gets over a player off the ceiling. Flip pass down to Nico, but it's just out of reach. That would have been a crazy play to start the game.
Yeah, from watching Ball State a lot, I mean, now they're going to kick on the physical play. They they're going to do a lot of bumps. They like to open up pathways. It's one of their signature things that they love to do. I mean, it's one of the main reasons of Rocket League, but they have plays drawn up for these sort of things, and I expect we're going to see them. And I'm sure IU has the same. But IU is going to be forced to adapt, and so is Ball State. And I've seen Ball State adapt from worse, and I'm certain that BK, who's our assistant director, who's acting coach today in Battle for Indiana, he's going to be talking their ear off about what to do.
Yeah, they got to lock in, got to focus up. I mean, you're the favorites. If you can't get complacent, you got to bring this one home. Take the championship belt back to Muncie. See if they can do it. I don't know. There's 4 minutes left on the clock. We're still tied up here. Ball towards Miss. Getting smet by Wova. Good 50-50. And Nico's not going to get a read. It's shot on from Oath. It's just a little too slow. Gug can't get around it. He's on 0 boost. So Miss going to carry this one up. Good touch from Wova. And Oath going to read that one. Nico actually gets over the top and meets him right there. Shot on now. Top shot.
Oh my
gosh. He's just
Diet.
going through.
Volatile.
God, just demoing to get that shot away. And he gets it right over Pablo.
Gross. I didn't like watching that. I didn't like watching that one bit.
Well, it's what he does. I mean, Guz's an impact player for sure.
He has no mercy at all. He has. He is, as me and my co-caster last year would call it. Me and my friend Austin would call it Stone Cold.
Yeah.
We call him the Stone Cold Steve Austin of Ball State Esports.
Well, we go big flick from Wova, just over the head of Nico, and I think Ball State woke up after that game 1 loss. They're looking, or sorry, game 2 technically loss, and here it is, 2 on the board. Now again, they did have a decent goal lead in game number 2.
Yeah.
Got to hold on to it here, but I mean, it looks a lot cleaner. The offense is clicking. These individuals from Ball State starting to show off and make some plays.
And this is where you start seeing the techie stuff come out from both teams. I mean, start to see the individual brilliance as well as the team brilliance. I mean, look at that pass. That's a great pass shot on goal from Mova, blocked by Nico. I mean, you start to see it from both teams. Both teams will start to adapt. They'll realize, okay, when can I take this on my own? When can I do this on the team? God. Just dribbling it fast. One guy wins, or the 1v1 a little bit. It still bumped a little neutral. 0 boost for one player. I think that was Nico. Pablo taking up in the air. He's taking a high. Nico tries to go for a bump. Tries to read what Guz's going to do, but he can't quite do it. Woba and missed. Going for the 1v1. Oath with a great tap to Guz. Go with the demolition. It's going to swing wide to the goal.
Gosh,
Guz just going to go around killing everybody. Woba's a little boost, but Guz is going to take it on his own. He's going to take it up the corner.
Gonna bring it across goal. He's got a lot of boosts to work with, but he's no longer on the field, courtesy of Mist. Gonna take this one up field, try to get another touch, but Oath gonna meet him there. It's back towards this midfield. Nobody from Ball State towards this ball. Pablo looking for another double touch. It's not been there for him most of the night. Mechanics not necessarily clicking. We're just feeling it on land. Mist tries to get around Wova. Now just backflipping awkwardly. Guz faking everybody out on the field. I think he's just making, I don't know, it's just making people miss, and that's exactly what you do. You got to get these mind games going. That's what separates the good from the great. Now, shot towards net. It's open. He's not missing that one. It's a rocket towards goal and a 3-goal gap.
I mean, yeah, that was just a bad touch from Nico.
Yeah.
That was just not the touch Nico wanted. It set up perfectly to get a goal there. And I wanted to point something out. If we look at the field domination here. So first of all, let's look at the score. It's 3-0. Ball State leads 3.
Yeah.
Field domination is 65% IU and 35% Ball State. What that means is that really what we're looking for with the goals is just who is capitalizing on the opportunities more. And right now it's Ball State. Ball State's capitalizing on opportunities. They're creating more opportunities, and they don't need that much time on the other side of the field in order to do it. IU is creating some opportunities, but really it's just Ball State holding on their side. And here's the opportunity right here. I don't know what just happened there, but there was a bad touch and bad communication from Ball State, and a little bit bad communication from IU as well.
That should have been a goal. Missed it in a whole open net to look at. You just hit the ball and it went literally nowhere. It just bounced.
Harmlessly in front of goal. But, you got to capitalize, though, especially in a series like this. Large clear from Woba.
A lot of stakes.
Boost to work with, but a backflip comes out, so he's not going to be able to do anything with it. It's going the opposite way, up, but it's going to go straight over his head. Never mind. Great touch and adjustment. Pablo can't direct that one on target, so we're going down back through the Indiana half one more time.
Yeah, I'll tell you something about Guh. Even if you don't think, great 1v1 win by Oath, that could almost went in.
Yeah.
Pablo's there narrowly to save it. Woba's going to take it off the corner, dribbles around Nico. He's taking it slow. He's in a 50-50. Nico saves out, missed. Now, Oath is going to capitalize on the 50-50. 30 seconds remaining. Nobody from Ball State there to collect. Pablo's going to collect in the corner. Woba's going to try to take it. I think Pablo somewhat wins 1v1 there. Guh with a great touch to the back. Missed
Oh,
it.
what a
Not
recovery.
there. He barely responds in time.
Yeah, that's that
Now
new
Oath
demo
takes it.
camera.
Yeah, off the ceiling. 10 seconds remaining. It's probably going to be taken by Ball State. What is Guh doing?
He doesn't need to do anything.
yeah.
They have a 3-0 lead. They just need to let this ball drop, and that's exactly what is going to happen.
Maybe?
It took a little bit, but we got there eventually.
But I was saying it earlier. I'll tell you one thing about Guh. Guh, as soon as you can say, oh, he's not going to touch it, but somehow he finds a way.
Yeah.
His boost control. He's a wizard with boost control.
Yeah.
And it really comes out to play, especially as a playmaker, and especially as a he can really hit those long shots. Like we saw with that open goal.
Yeah.
Like that's still a pretty long out shot, but he took no hesitation in taking it and still made it.
Yeah.
It's very similar, to actual soccer in that way.
Yeah, and it was counterattacking ball
Yeah.
a little bit from Ball State. I mean, it's what we saw Indiana do in the first game. Ball State's like, well, okay, we'll just copy the same game plan. We're a little bit better than you individually, so we'll just do it better, which is exactly what they did. And also Indiana had one shot that entire game. So
Yeah.
even though they had that ball in the Ball State half, they just couldn't get anything going. They can't get anything on target.
Yeah, Ball State let him field domination and ball possession, but it just did not matter because, like we mentioned earlier, it's all about the opportunities you find, and Ball State was not letting them have any opportunities to actually shoot. They were holding them really well in the corners. They were holding them really well in midfield. They're winning the 50-50s. And the thing that Ball State did really well is that they needed less time on the other side of the field in order to score.
Yeah.
So they were finding those opportunities faster. They were breaking down the defense faster, and that's what ended up letting them win. As we go into game 4, it's 2-1. Indiana's still in this, 100%. We saw them do it. They just have to adapt and survive this match. Whoever wins this, like we said, wins the belt. It's taken into the corner by Woba. Woba's going to drop it down. Nico's following it closely. Oath tries to get a tap there, and just goes. Nico gets past him. Guh wins the 50-50. That's good. I don't think anybody had rotated back yet.
Ball in front of net. Nico gets a touch over. Oath going to collect this full boost. He's going to take it in his corner. Control it just a little bit. Calm things down in the early stages of this game. Woba, nice pass back to Oath. Oath with a shot towards net. Nico cuts that one off. Oath just causing havoc. He's just trying to stay in the play, stay relevant. That's what he's doing. Now it's given away to miss. Nico with a demo on net. Guh back in time. All three players back on defense for Ball State. So what looked like a possible threatening shot shut down. You got that security blanket in your teammates when need be. Now go up to the sky. He leaves it for Woba. Woba shot on. Double commit save. But that touch from Woba, not what you want to see. It took it away from Guh. Both, though, going to try to capitalize. Look for a double touch off this wall, but just ran out of boost last second. Can't get to it.
Oath is incredibly good at setting up double touches for himself when he's given the right opportunity. And oftentimes he'll make those opportunities for himself, and I'm not surprised. Like, we almost saw it there. I feel like if he had more boost, we would have seen a double tap there and that
most certainly.
crazy little angle. But right now, we're seeing pretty much the same thing. Ball State has a bit more field domination, but nobody has really nobody's gotten a shot off quite yet. I don't think we've seen any shot. We've seen one shot. We've seen one shot from both teams so far. So it's a stalemate right now. Both teams are trying to find their footing in this game 4. Woba's off the wall. Nico wins 50-50, but it's going to be sent neutral. Nico's taken out. Miss tries to take it on his own. It's in the Ball State corner. Woba's going to play it out. He's going to play it in the air. Good tap over to Pablo. That's a great adjustment from him. Oath trying to find it over Miss. He does. It's in the wall. Oh, he has Guh set up. He has Guh set up back there. If he can find him. Can't quite. Nico sends it away. Pablo as well as Fault chasing it. Great tap by Guh. Collected by Miss. Guh's going to send it again.
Staying in this blue half, they've been having a hard time getting out. Finally, Miss able to find some space. Going to carry this himself. Big flick towards the top corner.
Whoa.
What a save from Woba. Reading it
Whoa.
all the way. That is some 1v1
Whoa.
legendary work from Woba. I mean, he's pretty good in the one scene. I know that. So, not entirely surprised. Now, y'all going to go the opposite direction. Chain dashing to stay behind this ball. Oath taking over. And Pablo's just doing his best. Double commit comes out from IU. Now a bump in net. It's opening up here for Ball State. And Oath taking all of that space to his advantage brings this one to a 1-goal lead.
Favorite part about this is you just see is that bump from Woba really securing the goal there, and it just sends Nico to the back of the net off his wheels. He can't do anything to turn around quite yet, and it just allows it open. That's where that physical play and those kind of playmaking skills start to come in for Ball State here, that we've seen throughout their ESC season, which is a conference they play in, and which is we're seeing now. And it's all about adaptability. I'll say it again, and I'll say it a bunch. It's the big thing with Rocket League and these sort of games. You have to be able to adapt to what the players are doing on a dime.
Yeah, you really do. But you get a little bit more time in a best of 7. I mean, yes, it's only 6 games because that game advantage. But, you know, the minds on both these sides from both these teams are brilliant. I think they can adapt. We've seen it adapt. I mean, that's why we're so close here. I mean, earlier today in that best of 5, it was kind of a blowout near the end of it. But right now, it's only 1 goal separating these two teams. See if Ball State can widen that lead, or if IU can finally get back into it. I don't know. Wova making it tough. What an angle. It would have been brilliant if he got it. Kind of nasty.
That was a nuts setup. Almost double tap that from the side from the corner.
Now Oath trying to drop this one down for Gub. Pablo reading it all the way. Nico on no boost, just tries to turn to it. Pablo's going to get there first, and now this can't even get past him. So, again, just getting stuck in their own half. The Hoosiers been struggling with this all day. Nico, grounded play, flick over to his teammate, off the corner, towards Miss. Miss shot, cut off from Wova. Here we go, holding on with that 1-0 lead. A minute left. See if they continue to move with it.
1 minute remaining. Demo on to Nico, trying to interrupt this aggressive play from IU. Kind of 50-50 there from both of them. Wova and Oath both get a tap on it. Guz going to be taken out. Pablo kind of sends it in the goal. He's lucky Oath didn't try to go for that. Oath has been known to try to take up on those mistakes. We talk about Pablo being kind of this risk taker and play in this, he'll take these chances. We've seen that from Oath as well. Oath is a little bit less of a risk taker, I'd say. I'd say Wova is the risk taker of this team as he gets a shot on goal. It's a double commit from Nico and Miss. But luckily there's nobody there to try to capitalize on it. We got 20 seconds remaining. Ball State's still up 1-0. That might just be all we get this round. Unless Guh can find something brilliant here, he's going to try to get it past Pablo. Sends it right into the wheels and step back over to Ball State. Oath to collect. Oath takes it off the air over Miss. Right on top of Nico. Wova's there to collect. Nobody's in the goal. A little too wide. Couldn't find the shot. Pablo wasn't there to save it. And it's going to be touching ground. Ball State's going to take the win. They're up to series point.
Yeah, quick game. I mean, only 1 goal separating the two teams, but Ball State played exactly how they wanted to play. They didn't really have to face much on defense. It was even overall, almost even. It was 1 more shot inside of Ball State, and I guess that shot is the one that mattered since they won by 1 goal. But I don't know. I mean, they were just able to hold the ball in the Indiana half almost the entirety of this game. I mean, they had a lot more field domination, and they were just suffocating them. And I don't know. It's tough for Indiana. You're doing things right, but the final product isn't there. You're not finding the same passes that Ball State's finding, and also, I mean, it's really hard because Ball State is cutting off these passes so fast. The speed from Ball State is unmatched right now.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a much more competitive game than we saw last year as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was also a 4-1. So Indiana also took a game off of Ball State the same way last year. I think it was the first game, actually.
Yeah, it might have been.
I feel like it was. I want to say it is, but I might just be one to say that because it would make a really cool story out of this. But same thing happens. Woo, 2 years in a row. Wow. But the thing with Ball State is they get better throughout the match, and Indiana needs to do the same right now. They need to pull what they did from the first game of the series and say, hey, what went right there? How can we cater that to the situation that we're currently in? If Ball State's doing that really well, but Indiana is just struggling to right now with the momentum that Ball State has. Already in Indiana's court. Oath takes it up, pass. Nico sends it below. Nico missed with a great tap. It's on goal. Wolf is there to save out.
All right, well, Nico getting dunked on by Guh, stuck in this blue corner. I don't know. Let's see what they can do. Oath going up high, gets met by Mist. Mist trying to carry. No teammates from him following him. Nico's all the way back on low boost, able to get a touch away. Oath use it for Wovo. Wovo just gonna try to take it towards this back wall. Gets over Pablo.
God.
Great pass to Guh. A great save from Pablo. It's back in towards net. And Oath bringing it home. I feel like I'm calling on his name a lot today on the score sheet.
I mean, what a play by Wova and Guh there at the beginning. Pablo with an incredible save, but they just did not expect Oath to come back there, which is, I mean, that's just perfect comms.
Yeah.
That's just great comms. That's exactly how you write it down in the playbook. And when you execute it like that, it just looks so clean. Wova now taking it on his head. Pablo interrupting that as fast as he can. He just saw what they did before. He doesn't want that to happen again. Pablo's going to ride it on his head over Oath. Challenges them on the 50-50. It's sent a little bit to Ball State side. Now that one's sent neutral. Oath goes up for it, and so does Mist. It's sent back to the other midfield line. Wova with a big tap. Nope. Little lollygag to get up there. It's a little high. Pablo sends it over.
Not a lot of control for Indiana so far. They haven't, again, been able to get out of their own half. Double commit comes through here. This one's going to kick all the way across. Pablo racing for that boost. Gets there before Guh. Can't follow up touch, though, so it leaves for Mist. Mist towards this back wall. It's all the way smothered. I mean, you have two defenders right there. They're ready for it. They know exactly what Indiana wants to do. Now going the opposite way is Wova and Oath. Wova on no boost, though, so can't create a shot opportunity. Mist himself on low, trying to find Pablo. Pablo gets a nice 50 against Guh, but no one rotating through here for Indiana. They can't get any offense going. The shots have not been there.
Oh, that was a great read by Wova. That was a fantastic fake out by Wova. Oath trying to capitalize off of Pablo being a little bit immobile there for a minute, but Pablo regains control. Wova with a great tap. Guh with a pass, and Wova finishes it off. Incredible control. You mentioned that, you said that word earlier, and I think that just describes what this Ball State is doing. They just have perfect control. I mean, look at that. Wova, sharp angle, finds it. And now Ball State's up 2-1, or 2-0, sorry.
Yeah.
With under 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking primed and ready to take this one home and bring it home for Ball State overall. Battle for Indiana is in their hands. It's in their grasp. They just got to ride out the next 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I think they'll be able to do just that. Oath going the opposite way, tries to get a bump on Miss. Pablo actually bumps his own teammate. Guh not seeing that, though, so plays it in the corner. A bit of a bailout for Indiana that could have turned into a disaster real quick. Oath, pinch challenge, going back into this blue corner. Guh's just chasing Pablo, trying to force anything out of him. Gets a good bump. It's going to bounce dangerously in front of net. Double commit comes out. Wova towards the middle of the field. Oath is there.
Goodness.
And exactly where he needs to be. Another goal for Oath. A 3-0 lead for Ball State. The Cardinals flying high.
As soon as you think you have it cleared, Oath is there to ruin your day. So,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's just been a nuisance. You can't get away from him. The third man rotations, so strong, so solid.
it looked like a double, like somewhat of a double commit as well.
It was,
From
yeah.
Indiana, and that just kind of messed them up. You do not want to be doing that right now, especially with what's on this match and who you're facing.
And they might get away from them here because they just need to send the whole house. They got to score 3 goals in the next 2 minutes. This pass down from Pablo to Miss, just out of reach. That could have been it. That could have been the opening goal. And actually, Nico's half shot right there is the first shot that Indiana has recorded all game. They've not been anywhere on the offensive half. They've been silent. And I mean, they might just get shut out here in Game 5 and say they're, see the championship belt goodbye. Not going to go away quietly, though. He's trying to score right here. I don't know. What do you see? What can Indiana do? There's just nothing.
Oh, wow. Wova almost just sends it in. Oh, taking off 1. He takes it off 2. Ova sends it in for 4. Hits the back of the net.
Oath,
I mean, look at this. Look at this.
Oath has
Slight
arrived.
tap, over Miss, then over Pablo, right into the back of the net to make it 4 for Ball State. That is insane control from Oath. Both boost control and just keeping calm in this situation. And faking out the defender while you're at it.
Yeah, I mean, he's RLCS quality for a
Oh my
reason.
goodness,
but
Nico.
there's a nice shot from Nico.
Nico says, don't forget about me.
Yeah.
I was the spotlight player last game.
Yeah, well, There it is, open net to look at. Got no one on the back wall. Good kickoff from them. They need a few more of those to get back into that game. I mean,
I
that's
said it earlier, but he had the French flag, but he's not surrendering.
surrendering.
which-
Okay, that's yeah, that's good. I like that.
Oath in the corner again. He's gonna look for another individual brilliance. Can't quite find it. It's taken away by Pablo. Wova now in the corner, wins the 50-50 to send it to the other corner. Playing out of the corner is just kind of how you play Rocket League. You know, you want to make sure you center it well. At the same time, you can set up for a double tap, and that's what Ball State's trying to do. They kind of leave both options open to charge. They do a really good job of trying to set up those double taps, but if it goes wrong, they have another player that will try to send it in after it's centered. And that angle was almost nasty from Oath. It was just a little too high off the crossbar. Go with a great challenge. Tries to send it over into the middle for Oath.
Popped up high for Nico. Just fakes it, goes into the corner. Oath going to take that one all day. They're just going to waste time, push this ball back towards the Indiana half. They're 30 seconds away from victory, 30 seconds away from bringing this belt home. Ball State ready to be crowned champions once more, back-to-back in Rocket League. First time in 2 years for Battle for Indiana overall.
Yep.
Starting to end here. I mean, this is the end of the game, end of the series.
I mean, let's just talk about how good these teams have been. I mean, Indiana winning that first game was incredible. 10 seconds remaining on Battle for Indiana for Rocket League. As of right now, it looks like, and I think Ball State is going to take home the championship for Rocket League. That also means they're going to take the belt back to Muncie. They have some more hardware to go in the trophy case. Congratulations, Ball State, and congratulations to Indiana for such a great fight.
Yeah, they really put up, it was a close match throughout. They kept things respectable all the way through, but the team that everybody kind of pinned to go and take this belt back was Ball State, and they proved it today. They played basically flawless Rocket League. They dropped one game throughout the entirety of the event. And yeah, I guess trophy one more time.
So, same thing that happened last year.
Yeah.
Ball State sweeps to the end and drops one game throughout the entire event at Battle for Indiana. The only difference this year is that the Ball State Cardinals will be taking home the belt to Muncie. Beautiful, luxurious Muncie. And they add some to the hardware trophy case. So they can put it right next to their national championship trophy. And they can etch their name in one more year. Indiana put up a great fight, but there was just no chance for the national champions.
Yeah, well, you know, maybe this belt, I think this belt needs a little bit more than a national
agree.
championship.
I
I mean,
agree.
come on. Best in Indiana.
Best in Indiana.
That matters more
Yeah.
than best in the country. Who cares about
Agreed.
the rest of the country? But
Indiana, Midwest.
it was great Rocket
Fun.
League all day. Outside of one team that kind of crashed out. We're not going to talk about Purdue. That was kind of rough. But I'm glad we got to highlight everybody throughout the day. IUI, bit of a run that nobody really expected.
Really good run.
And
Indy Tech as well.
Indy Tech as well. I mean, they're an up-and-coming squad. Keep an eye on those guys. They're going to just continue to get better and better.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned in their first match, it was the second match of Rocket League of the day. They're kind of an underdog team. They're an underdog team. They have been in their conference, and what the Indy Tech and IU guys talked about when I talked to them before that first match was that they've just committed upset and upset against these bigger teams, and they are up and coming, like you said. They're the underdogs usually, and today they did really well. I just think that Indiana plays a little. Indiana said it. Indiana played better in LAN events.
Yeah, I think they do, but you know, it doesn't matter either way. Ball State was the team that just kind of rolled on through. The Cardinals didn't look like they could really be stopped, but we're gonna kick it over to the stage, talk to your champions just a little bit.
All right, I'm up here with the winners, Ball State.
What? Oh. It was a lot of fun. I think every year the competition gets a lot better. So, yeah, it was fun to win.
What do you think your toughest play this entire series was? Like, what do you mean? What play do you think took the most effort? Like, what do you think was your standout moment of this entire thing?
I mean, I would just say in the grand finals at least, when we lost the first game, I think we kind of woke up a little bit, and then from there, there wasn't really one moment. I think we all played good enough to win. So,
Do you have a favorite game this day at all? Did you have anything that really kind of made you think or try to improve at all?
Not really, no. But I mean, we still get good LAN experience coming out of this. So
All right. Well, this is the belt, so that's yours. And then someone wants to take the trophy. Yeah, no. Congratulations on winning it all.
thank you.
Gosh.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, welcome
okay,
back.
okay.
Whoa. I don't know who's taking over. I'm going to take over right
Go
now.
for it. You
All
got
right.
it. I
Well,
believe in you.
yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody tuning in here at Butler Esports on Twitch. I know it was great. Thank you, Butler, for hosting this wonderful event. But
As
that's
always, yeah.
going to be wraps here for Battle for Indiana. Ball State going to be crowned your champions in Rocket League, crowned as your overall champions for the tournament. Fantastic performance from them. It's been a pleasure being with you
Always.
today on the desk. I mean, it's our third year doing this
Yep.
together. But
First year we did every single game together.
yeah,
So-
so been a bit of a grind, but always happy to do it. So thank you everybody for tuning in. This is all from us tonight. Hope you enjoyed the event. We'll see you next year.
Thank you for watching. For more updates, follow the Butler Esports socials at Butler Esports.